All right, so what did you do today when it came time to find an estimate for the quotient? You had to identify numbers in the dividend and in the divisor. So what did you identify? You said to yourself, 5,400. The 9 is here. How did she get 54? What did she do in her head? See, she did 9 times 6. Now, maybe you don't get it right the first time. Sometimes it takes you about, what? How many of you got it the first time? Seriously? Well, what if you didn't get it? You say to yourself, well, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 4 is, 9 times 5 is, 9 times 6 is.
54.
Okay, now 54 went over. Okay, what's the one below it? Right, 45. So here, we're using times 5. Here we're using times 6. Which one's closer? What's closer? What's the better estimate? Is 4,500 closer to 5,240, or is 5,400 closer? Which is it? What's closer? James, Tanya, what's closer, James? Please. Clear. All right. So the correct estimate really was this. Okay. Now, you just can't do that. Below it, you have a new problem. Your new problem is no longer 5,242, it's 5,400. The divisor is this. And now we have to place our numbers in the, what's the space called up here? The quotient. Okay, so let's say to ourselves the following. 9 goes into 5 how many times? What do you think? I think so too. So we'll put a little smiley face, an X mark, block off the spot. Does 9 go into 54? Answer. I will put a 6. And I'm done. Why am I not done? Why am I not done? Safe?
Because then you would have to do 6 times 9 equals 54, subtract it from 54, you would get 0.
Now, when you estimate, do you use the algorithm? No. Same as multiplication, same as the other unit we finished. You don't do that. You just say it in your head. So how many zeros get placed in the quotient? Yeah. Good. And the way you check it is, what's the reciprocal of division? What's the opposite of division? Yeah.
Multiplication?
Right. So here's, I'm going to turn a division problem completely backwards. Make it multiplication. 9 times 600 equals 5,400. So what should I do with the red pen? What is 9 times 6? How many zeros do you see on the left side?
2.
How many are here? 2. You don't use the algorithm to get an estimate. So your homework sheet tonight is actually going to look exactly like this. I'm giving you like a front and back page, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So that's 4 problems for homework. But each of the 4 requires how many steps? 3. The first one is to find the, and then the algorithm. So let's do the algorithm right now. What is our estimate? What is the quotient, the estimate for this problem? Safe?
5,400.
Well, that's the dividend. What's the answer? What's the quotient? Your answer is 600. The only way you could get 600 is by changing the dividend to what?
5,400.
You have to round the dividend either up or down using your multiplication table. That helps you get a number with zeros. Who wants to help me with the algorithm this morning? All right, let's do a couple of steps at a time. So, ask me the question. Go mental on it. Ask the question. What do you say to yourself right now? Does what?
Does 9 go into 52?
Well, back it up a second. Just skip this up. Does 9 go into?
5.
What do I put up here?
Negative
Thank you. Now,
2. Does 9 go into
answer.
5?
Let's see if he's right. 5. What were those 4 letters that we had? A mnemonic device very similar to PEMDAS. What was it? B, M, S, and then B. The part of your homework was last night was to come up with a mnemonic device. I should have included the word appropriate mnemonic device. You don't want things. So what did you come up with then, Cameron?
Dad, mom, sister, brother.
Dad, mom, sister, brother. Wow. Wow. But it works. The words are all related. I like that. All right, so let's take a look at that. We divide. Now we're going to multiply. What's 9 times 5? Awesome. What am I doing? With sister, sub. This is a 7. And then for brother, we bring it down. We got a 4. Okay? Play with those timetables. Play with those timetables. 9 times 9. That's where it gets too high, right? 9 times 8? Brother. Brother, can you spare it? 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9 times 3.
2.
Say
2, 18, subtracted from the 22, we get 4, and then, oh, no,
4?
9 times 2 equals 18.
Ooh, you didn't see that.
We get 4.
What do I do now? Am I done?
No.
What do I need to do with that 4? Is my answer thorough? Sammy? Nice. Excellent. Okay. So I said the other day, if I give you a division test, you need an answer key. Why not? I love division. I don't have to grade tests. I could just listen to Spotify and drink coffee. Life is good. But why do you not need an answer key? Savior.
Because you just do multiplication.
And
if you get it correct, it's basically the answer.
multiplication and
Addition.
right. Addition if there's a
Addition.
right. So let's try it. Let's check it out. I have a quotient, a partial quotient of 582. I've got my divisor. And I'm going to multiply. How many of you got to this point? Let me give you, this should take you 60 seconds. 9 times 2. 9 times 8 plus 1. 9 times 8 plus 1. 9 times 5 plus 7. Next step and last step. See?
4.
You look at your answer, put a little check mark here, don't forget the comma. And you look at the dividend in the original problem, and if it matches up, you're correct. That's called self-checking, and you can come up with your own division problems. Okay? All right, so that's it for division. What are the 3 steps that you have to do for each problem? What are the 3 steps for each problem? Reva?
Estimate, divide, and check.
All right, that's great, awesome.